Zhang. Of course, there's a lot of top lane champions that we have in the game.
Aatrox, question mark?
Maybe the Aatrox, maybe the Riven. Those are the two options that we're looking at. But it's still Rattel that we're talking about, right?
Absolutely. I think Rattel is still on to that state wherein he's really strong. Just give him a champion that can sustain himself and that could really have that fighting chance in comparison to what he had in the prior game, which was Ornn. And right now, EDG will lock in onto one of our expectations, which was Aatrox, but their mid laner will be the Vladimir.
Which is I would say, the best champion of recent times, right? In patch 4.0, the king of the mid lane was this Crimson Mage. Vladimir able to win a team fight by himself by just dealing a huge amount of AoE damage. But it's all about ease of execution. KT.RY is going down to the basics, right? Like, they have a very good scaling duo in the double marksman composition that they have. They also have that biggest wildcard in the Corki's package. But more importantly, it's going back to their roots, right? Rattel will still be able to win on the top side using the Renekton. And then Luna and Acrobat can still scale well into the late game. This, to me, is a far better draft than what they have shown from their match against KBG just a while back.
Exactly. I don't think KT.RY, like, nothing can compare to the prior game. In that composition, yes, there were a little bit of pros and cons that we can talk about and discuss for a whole week, but at the stage, KT.RY, their draft in this game up against EDG is definitely a lot better. I definitely like it more. Just don't put the Yuumi, please. But yeah.
Yeah, like, I just don't think Yuumi, although with its recent remix, right, like changes, it can surprise a lot of teams. But not the best team in the world right now, KBG, right? Like, I feel like KBG is almost prepared against everything. So yeah, now that that's out of the way, now that we have moved on from the Yuumi experiment that KT.RY did try to do, let's go and enter game number 4, a best-of-1 classic between CN and APAC.
Yeah, it is EDG between KT.RY in a battle of one of the new teams that is coming into the top 4, or well, rather top 2 for both conferences. EDG just knocked J-Team down to the ground, stole away their position here into the finals for Season 2. But the rest of the 3 teams are still the same here.
Yeah, I like that you called back J-Team. Do you remember who their jungler was? It was 0711. So it still is the same jungler. And pretty much the reason why EDG has been a menace going for the engage here.
That's not something they don't want to do, KT.RY. Why? Nautilus is one of the strongest early game supports, and just walking up like that up against an Ezreal and the Nautilus combined is not a good sign.
Level 2 pack of the Nautilus is still very much powerful and still needs to be respected. Rattel going for the solo kill.
Rattel stuns onto XJang, but a knockup as a counter as Rattel gets pulled back. 1 more HP, and that will secure first blood for XJang.
Clutch barrier coming in from Xiaozhang. It will make life miserable for Rattel. The wave is pushing in the favor of EDG, and that needs to be corrected soon and fast. That's a lot of gold and XP being denied. Fighting over aggression here by Rattel. He overestimated his damage, and Xiaozhang just very good with his mechanics, just flashed back. Using the pullback, it was an easy solo kill on the top lane.
Yeah, and that's the big problem with the Renekton. It's pretty much a one and done. If you use your mobility already, you cannot dodge Aatrox's power that quickly. And that means that of you if you're already down on HP.
Especially if you're level 2, right? Like, at level 2, you only have access to 2 skills. And that will be the Ruthless Predator and the Coldemic. No slice and dice to work with. That means that Xiaozhang will enjoy. In my estimation, this is good for a 1,000 gold lead. And so far, it's at 700, but it will just be a downhill from here on moving forward for Rattel. It's so hard to crawl back into a lane, specifically as a Renekton, so he needs help from Dog.
Right now, Dog comes through into the boss side river as Zero and Acrobat swiftly comes in. The knockup's there for Zero. No flash with a Dragon Rage, but it's not enough as Dog secures that kill. Yeah,
this is pretty much the answer needed by KT.RY. Another potential engage here in the mid lane, but the Hemu Plague will be stopping the assassination attempt here by Luna. Also, no mana to work with as well. But good response overall by KT.RY. Yeah, sure, they have a problem on the top side. They can still win elsewhere, right? Like, they still have the double marksman composition by KT.RY.
Yeah, if you can't win on one side of the map, look at the other lane. I was thinking of like a way to be able to like match up a phrase and a quote into that specific sentence, but I wasn't a quick thinker to be able to make up something right out of the gate, but that works.
I say if you are losing somewhere, then yeah, just try to win somewhere. I guess that's one way to
Absolutely.
do it. But yeah, like Rattel, his role here is to at least try to stabilize the top lane. But surely Xiao Zhang, with the gift of the solo kill on the top lane, will just be enjoying a decent lead on the top side that we all know how small, however small that is, that lead, it's just going to be easily translated over. As we see an engage here, but Langui, an immediate on the hunt response by Acrobat.
Yeah, it's the minion MVP. Just denies the drench line from Langui. Just saves Acrobat. And I think that is the way to play it, especially up against Nautilus, which is really strong when it comes to the early game.
Yeah.
Really want to play it just behind your minions and play it a bit more distanced apart against Nautilus.
And that's why we saw Langui going for the flash auto attack engage in that level 2 skirmish that we saw from a while back. Now, at least we are seeing the stats of Xiao Zhang in present times at 3.5k. Langui
now going in with that root, but it is denied. But Spell Barrier on the hunt gives extra mobility. 4-0 to come through and knocks up onto Alone. But that's just pretty much it.
Yeah, another tit for tat, another handshake, so to speak, in the bottom lane. But no clear winners. Xiao Zhang enjoying a level advantage against Rattel, and this is what we're talking about, right? Like, I know for a fact that Rattel does not want to be in this position. You kind of want to be on the winning side of things as a Renekton, but he has to deal with the situation now, right? Like, there's no take-backs, as we often say.
Yeah, and these two champions are hugely dependent for like a one-and-done burst type of situations because if Aatrox like misses out on those knockups, on those initial engage, like Renekton can come through with a slice and dice instant stuns. But it's the same matter for the opposite side. Right now though, we have the Ice Drake battle here with KT.RY already starting 1.5k HP remaining, and EDG steals it away from KT.RY.
Rattel will be able to lock down you.
No, with Hextech Ultimatum, locks in onto the Vladimir as he goes down. The mid laner is gone for EDG.
That's a 1-for-0, but more importantly, EDG
gets knocked up. Langui starts up the engage. Luna is down low already, but Xiao Zhang into the backside secures that kill. And now KT.RY is on a confused state. They have to retreat for now as it's a 4v4. With HP advantage for EDG, they cannot fight back.
EDG just surprised KT.RY. KT.RY was trolling, thinking that they have the perfect opportunity to at least secure the other objective right here, right now. But immediately EDG pounds on them, getting that kill on towards their mid laner, and that's an easy transition onto another objective. That's a double trouble special for EDG. 2 objectives in the favor of EDG.
Yeah, and it's scary because the thing is, if these champions accelerate to the power spike, especially considering that Aatrox is already 2-0-0. And as always, from what we have mentioned, if the Darkened Blade of Aatrox reach that certain point that he is so fed into a matchup, he will be unkillable.
Yeah. Best way to deal with it is to try to poke it away even before a team fight starts. But KT.RY composition is not really heavily reliant on the poke damage such as the Zoe and the Varus that got easily answered by some bans and drafting planning by EDG. And again, so far, so good for the CN squad.
Langui goes into the backside, wants to pincer out Luna with the ultimate already. There's just no escape. But a point and click CC like that. And Shelly goes through, so Daw doesn't have any Carry 1 turret already coming into the bot side of the map, but EDG very disciplined to not overextend.
Yeah, and very surprising as well. 0711 not yet done.
Dragon's Rage knocks up, goes through with Langui rooting him down. The coordination of EDG is impeccable.
Yeah, that flash in onto the auto attack, rooting you down. even with the hook shot, it was not enough for Daw to at least escape that death. And EDG is just going for broke here. Another engage.
Roots down onto Zero, followed up with a Sonic Wave.
Another
Closes
one.
down the gap distance in 0711. He still has a Sonic Wave,
Yeah.
but doesn't want to overextend once more here.
And luckily for Zero, he does have access to the ultimate, but we're seeing the story of the game. The amount of plates, I think this is the amount of plates that was gifted over by KT.RY. That's a total of 11 tower plates, if I'm not mistaken. Because wait, hang on, I'm really confused right now with the graphic that was shown. But now, more importantly, you know, the amount of plates that EDG was able to get in this game is just putting them in the advantage. And now KT.RY will try to respond. And we'll try to make a play on the top side, which...
For my gag.
Yeah, I think Xiao Zhang has an idea, and he's not going to overextend.
Yeah, and he has the Sky Room as well, so... that's just so much time delayed now.
Yeah.
No value gotten by KT.RY.
Rattel will have to back away. Xiao Zhang and company on the top side was able to thwart off any dive, any gank attempt. And that's a lot of wasted time by the members of KT.RY. Acrobat.
You now a little bit overextended, but very easily just walks away from harm. Zero and Dawn not really gaining access onto Vladimir.
The second dragon will spawn up in the game, and EDG is now trying to just further their lead by trying to get away some camps from KT or Rolster-Y. And that can easily be done as a Lisi Langui, another potential engage, and was just able to bait out that shield special coming in from Acrobat. But more importantly, you're looking at the state of the game right now. That's 5k, almost 5k to the advantage of EDG this early, and that's really huge, especially with the way things have happened. Xiao Zhang though, unfortunate.
Shot with a Hextech ultimatum. He's stuck! Well dead there, but he's stuck over the wall! So no access for KT.RY onto Xiao Zhang. And you also have the Honey Fruit, so he's still back up. No ultimates for Daw. Into this team fight, onto the Drake. Rattel already used up the Dominus. And Langui starts up the engage here, knocks up onto Zero, roots him down.
Good
Rail
package.
Drake already down to 1.5k HP, and KT.RY will secure it.
Confident
And
edge.
now they change up their target, as you will be the eyes on the prize here, but Ignite will not be enough. So disengage will not only KT.RY a huge benefit with the Drake secured.
EDG though will be targeting this tower in the mid lane, and you're right, like, okay. KT.RY was still able to defend this tower in the mid lane for at least a shorter while, because EDG needs 59 more damage onto it. But then again, you know, the power of KT.RY is really to try and secure dragons with the way they drafted this, especially if you have the Quirky. It's almost always certain that you'll have priority in dragon team fights because you can use package in a more versatile way, and we've seen from KT.RY that if you gave them an opportunity, they can use the package as a wall to make sure that Daw will still be able to secure that dragon. And at least by then, KT.RY was able to win something, right? Like, you are able to deny a triple dragon win condition.
EDG, you have you tearing down the minions, so an easy defense up against KT.RY. Will not be able to take that tier 1 on top lane.
Yeah. No tower on the top lane, at least for now. For KT.RY and for EDG, they want this mid lane tower. Langui
wow.
missed.
That fake!
Yeah,
Is that a miss?
I think he missed. I think he hit the wall.
Oh, I was like, is that a fake out? Like, what's happening?
Oh, what?
You once again just clears out the wave. Daw ignited, trying to run
Let's
away.
hook.
Xiao Zhang into the backside. Langui use up the drench line onto the backside. Luna will be knocked up. 2 already down, and KT.RY is fighting on a 4v3. Daw locks in onto Xiao Zhang, but without any HP, you cannot be alive for long. And EDG secures the ace.
That's an ace. 12 minutes in. That just means one thing. Baby Baron is on the menu. EDG will immediately get another prize of that beautiful play top side. KT.RY had zero chance in winning that team fight. Even with the help of the tower, it did not stop EDG's pursuit.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, right? With how EDG had so much lead from that 5K gold lead, there's no stopping them.
Yeah, let's look at that engage once again. It's all started with Langui. Although he missed the hook, it did not matter. It allowed him access to use a depth charge and knocking two primary objectives. Double marksman, which is primarily the damage source of KT.RY. Eliminating both of them means one thing: no damage can stop Xiao Zhang and company in their tower dive, and that was just easy execution, one after another by EDG.
Yeah, and right now with EDG taking that Baron buff, it's all about utilizing this opportunity. Langui now being the target here. We'll be able to use up the flash to return and retreat back to safety. So trying to catch up onto you. A very sustainable champion at the very least.
1-3-1 split push commencing here for EDG. They still have some Baron empowered minions to work with. And Xiao Zhang is just bullying all the members of KT.RY that tries to challenge him right here, right now.
Yeah, and the thing is, KT.RY has to commit on one lane, because if not, the other lanes will fall down.
Oh no.
Very successful defense for now, but that soon will change with you pushing down the bot side of the map with 4 members for KT.RY actually having that focus on top lane as well.
Another tower here in the mid lane is open for the taking, but the Baron and Baron minions is long gone.
You a little bit overextended, has to use up the flash. Zero, no man knock up, but Langui answers back with a drench line, pulls him back in, and KT.RY loses their support.
That was Zero on the Alistar with the ultimate available, and it did not matter. EDG had no respect towards the defenses that Alistar has. Even with the ultimate, EDG was able to get 2 inhibitor towers pre-15 minutes. That's important, right? KT.RY can still crawl back in this game, but it's easier said than done. Infinity, it's already 12.5k at 14 minutes, at 15 minutes, and this has been a runaway in the favor of the CN team once again.
Yeah, and KT.RY, that was very scary, but at this point, from a while ago, pretty much KT.RY's winning condition was the delay time, but not like this. You're actually delaying the game, but 13k gold lead for EDG is not the delay that you want.
Yeah, of course, 8 towers to 0, and the only objective that was won here by KT.RY, if I remember correctly, was the second dragon, right? Outside of that, 0 wins objective-wise for the APAC team.
No turrets even.
Yeah, exactly. 0 turrets to 8 towers already destroyed here by EDG. And it's just about the waiting game for EDG. They know that KT.RY is now pressed against the wall. And it's just, you know, slowly but surely trying to make sure that they will be getting another objective for themselves. And you're right, no vision in this Baron pit at all.
KT.RY has to swiftly move in, but they do not know. Langui's just waiting on the horizon. Zero comes straight to the backside as well. Wants to delay, disengage, but 7-Eleven just comes right through into the middle of the pack, middle of the fight, and 7-Eleven is down low already, deleted by Zero, and that will buy time for KT.RY, but you cannot buy time without any members left. You have to retreat. You have to go back into the base here because the Nexus is exposed.
That was almost the best possible fight for KT.RY, right? But Alone still had access to the stasis, and KT.RY still ended up with a negative trade. It's all about brute forcing the lead that they have, right? Without their jungler though, I don't see a threat of EDG going for the Baron, and so they're just setting up a trap against Zero and Do.
And it was really good, right? How Zero as well went into the flank, coming in from that south side, from that team fight. And right now, once again, EDG, Zero, no info.
They don't need a jungler, huh? Okay. Well, Zero is here, and he will be spotting the members of EDG.
Zero? Do you need the jungler if you have Zero? That's the question here. KT.RY, can you deny the Baron out of EDG
Oh, no,
Sam, but
you.
you into the backside. Dust just deleted. Raw damage coming in from Vladimir, and now EDG is just landsliding the competition.
Oh, that's it.
One down once again. 2 member left standing here for KT.RY. Sonic Wave will not connect, but the Nexus is exposed. That will be something that EDG wants. And Luna, so much damage already coming through. Waves are cleared up, but how long can you delay this game?
Luna still have the package. There is still an avenue for them to defend this, but against 5 members, it's so hard.
EDG deletes Corky! The ace is secured, the Nexus is open, and Edward Gaming secures the win against KT.RY.
0711 is past the nightmares of last season, and he's catapulting EDG to an unprecedented level, and they have secured a 2 wins and 1 loss record. Good for second for sure, right? Like, at least there will be an opportunity for them to have that go ahead or buy, as we